Church. How we doing? So what'd you think of this morning session? Little David Little, huh? Did you bring it home from the farm? Killed it. Yep. And Matt French. Good stuff. We got some more. We got a lot of good stuff for you guys, so I'm super excited. All right. I'm so lucky to be in this room because we have amazing speakers in this room. All the rooms, but I'm super excited to be in here. I'm excited to be in here with Jill On-Call Sager. Anybody know her? Awesome. Let me read a little bit about Jill. Let me give you a little bit of intro to Jill. Okay, we all know her. All right, Jill On-Call Sager is a 37-year-old oil enthusiast born and raised in Wisconsin and current resident of Central Florida. She left her full-time 60-plus hour-a-week job as a physician's assistant in orthopedic surgery just 15 months after starting with Young Living. Holy cow. She was able to balance work and home life in order to grow her Young Living business and start her living her dreams. Her vision and drive, fueled by working as a Team YL, #Team YL, led her team to hit Crown Diamond in November 2018. Join her as she discusses 3 keys and an action plan for how you can create abundance in your business life. Without further ado, let's give a warm round of applause to Jill On-Call Sager.
Well, thank you for all being here, and I totally get that people are coming in from lunch, so come in. You have seats front and center right here. I've reserved them for you. I'm talking to you today about how to create abundance, and my hope is that you walk out of here feeling inspired, no matter where you are on your journey. How many people here are like brand new members? Anybody? It's really hard to see with slides. How? Stars. Senior stars. Executives. Silvers. Do y'all feel like you're ready for more abundance? Yeah. Okay, well then you're in the right room. I'm really excited about that. Okay, there's my disclaimer. You can read that while I talk a little bit. 20 years ago, I was about to graduate for high school, and I was checking all of those boxes. At that time, my parents told me if I got my high school degree, if I went on to college and got a degree in college, got a job, met somebody, then I would have abundance. I would be happy. Those were all the boxes that I'm supposed to check, that I was told that if I did that, I would create abundance in my life. So I did that. I got my high school diploma. I went on, I got my 4-year degree in science athletic training. Decided, you know what? I want a little bit more, so I got my master's degree out in New Jersey at Seton Hall. Anybody in New Jersey? Like, whee! So I did that, got my master's in physician assistant, wanted to do orthopedic surgery, did that, general ortho for a couple years, met my first husband. Again, I was checking all of those boxes. Got my degree, got my master's, found a husband. More on that later. And yet, something wasn't feeling fulfilling. I was doing all of the things, I was working, I had everything on paper that said I was doing it right. And then, 10 years ago, I was lying on the floor of my friend's bathroom. I was going through a divorce, and I couldn't figure out why I was there, because I was checking all the boxes that I was supposed to, that were supposed to create this abundance and this happiness in my life. And yet I'm lying on the floor of my friend's bathroom because it was the only place that I could rent a room that I could afford at the time because I was paying that one husband. Again, that's more of that story. But I was lying there and I was looking up, and I remember looking up at this ceiling going, why, God? And it wasn't a victim mentality. It wasn't, oh my gosh, why me? It was, what on earth do you have waiting for me if I've been doing all the things I was supposed to do, and here I am, lying on the floor of my friend's bathroom, looking at this ceiling. And what I realized in that moment was I had created that moment. Every decision that I made that was based on what I thought other people thought that I should do to have that abundance got me to that moment on the floor of my friend's bathroom. And I decided in that moment that I was going to change things, that I had the power to do something different so that I was never back on the floor of my friend's bathroom. So I got up, I decided to move forward. I got out of North Carolina, I met my husband, the right one that I was supposed to marry all along. Jeff, you may know him. So, married him, moved to Florida. We have 2 beautiful kids now. And I was checking off more boxes. I got a new job. I did minimally invasive spine surgery. Holler for the PAs in orthopedic spine. You're like, what is that? So here we go. Doing this, checking off the boxes, got the house, got a white fence, got the kid, got the husband. Like, we are doing things right. I should have the abundance. I should have the happiness. And 6 years ago, I was in my living room, in my scrubs, because I got home too late that I didn't get to see my son go to bed. That morning, I left for surgery before he got up. And I look at my phone and there's a low balance alert. And I said, if I'm checking off all of these boxes and I did everything that I was supposed to do, how on earth am I sitting here with everything and I can't even make ends meet and I can't even see my family? Isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm created for more. I was made for more, and yet here is more, and this can't be it. So I did what any normal woman does, and I went to Instagram. You have all been there. And I went to Instagram and I started to scroll. And I saw this one woman with dark hair walking on the beach, and she was holding the hands of 2 sons. And I looked at that and I go, if she can have that, I can have that too. It wasn't a jealousy, it was possibility. And I looked and I said, there are so many women out there having success, and they are home with their families, they're home with their children, and I'm sitting here missing another day of my child's life. This is not fair. Like, I have to choose to do something different. So I had another pivotal moment in that chair, and I realized that I was gonna make the decision to do something different. As I looked on Instagram and I saw what other women were having success doing, I said, I like natural things. I don't know what it takes to run a business, but heck, if that girl can run a business, I can figure this out. So again, I did what any normal person does, and I posted on Facebook and Instagram, and I said, I need a diffuser and some oils. My enroller messaged me, and she said, I can help you out. Here are some options. I signed up a couple days later. She followed up with me, so there you go, there's your point in making sure that you're following up. She followed up with me, and that's when my journey started. I decided at that moment my life would never be the same, and it was because it's in my hands. You were all created for abundance. We let all this other stuff get in the way of living the life that we were designed for, and why? We don't have to. So today, as I talk to you, I want to teach you 3 core areas that I have found over the past 5.5 years that I have been with Young Living, that I have seen leaders who are going with momentum, that are growing. The 3 things that they embody, and also the 3 things that I see people get stuck, stagnant, lose motivation, the 3 areas that they aren't paying attention to. Are you ready for that? Yes. They're like, let's go. So those 3 things are introspection, action, and vision. And I go through these in a very specific pattern. And you might say, oh my goodness, like usually we do vision. Like, aren't we going to do a vision board right now? We're going to save that for a little bit, okay? The first thing is introspection. It is so easy for us to look at the things that we're not good at. And it's so easy for us to say, hey, that person is so good at X, Y, or Z. But it's rare that we hold up the mirror and we say, this is what I'm good at. So I want to do something with you. This is interactive, by the way. Like, you guys aren't just going to sit there. That's the fun part of me. If we are going to do something called 3 days, 3 people. Who in here has done 3 days, 3 people? I love it, like 3 people. That's really good. So take out a piece of paper or the notes section in your phone. Okay, whatever you got. I want you to think of 3 people that you would love to spend 24 hours with. Now, this isn't the last 24 hours of your life. This isn't their last 24 hours. This is like you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday free, and you can spend each day with one of those people the whole day. Write those 3 names down, and then I want you to write 3 character traits of each person that make you want to spend time with them. So we're not talking about like, oh, I want to spend time with my grandma because she died before I could meet her. Like, I want to spend time with Frankie Jean Ellis, number 1, because she's wearing an amazing dress today. But because she's fierce, she's passionate, and she has no excuses. So when you're thinking, you're writing down these character traits, I want you to write down traits. Like, what is it about them that you are just like, oh, I want to spend 24 hours and just learn everything I can from them? Gary Young, hardworking, visionary, integrity. So these people you write down, they can be dead, they can be alive, they can be fictional. I'd spend a day with Donald Duck. He's stubborn, he speaks his mind, and he doesn't wear pants. That is my dream. So who are your 3? And I want you to focus on their character traits that make you want to spend time with them. Does everybody have those 3? Yes? No? We're working? Okay, let me take a sip of water. I'll tell you a fun fact. Everybody asks me what oils I use before I speak. RC and Valor on my throat, and then I say a little prayer for the message to come through that somebody needs to hear today. That's it. I don't do the work. Okay. Everybody's probably done because you're all staring at me like, all right, let's move on. Okay. What you just wrote down, you did not write down character traits of 3 random people or people that you know. You actually have uncovered 3 strengths that reside within you. You're going to have 2 reactions. One, you're going to be like, heck yeah, that is me. Or you're going to be like, I don't think so. That's got to be a lie. There's no way that's me. Some part of that is in you. You just have not grown that portion yet. So what I want you to do right now is stand up. Everybody stand up. Take those 3 names and those character traits, and you are going to replace their name with I am. And you are going to say out loud in this room all 9 of those character traits, and you are going to own them. And we are going to fill this room with positive energy and positive statements, okay? So go ahead, start with your list. I am fierce. I am passionate. I have no excuses. I'm hardworking. I'm a visionary. I have integrity. I'm stubborn. I speak my mind. Don't wear pants. I wore pants today for you guys, okay? All right, you can sit down. How does that feel when you read those statements that you've uncovered about yourself? Powerful. You take those 9 I am statements and you write that and you put that on your mirror and you read it every day because that is who you truly are. That is what you get to cultivate and bring into the world every single day. It is so easy for us to pick these out in other people, and it's so hard for us to look at ourselves and say, you know what, I bring a lot to this world. I bring a lot to my business, a lot to the people, all right? So introspection, look at your strengths. Also, look at your struggles. Where are the areas that you probably aren't the greatest in? I am not the greatest at graphics. I did not do this PowerPoint, right? Paid somebody to do it, there it is. That's not my wheelhouse, but guess what? Lock arms with people who are strong where you struggle, because that's how things move forward. The entire GROW group is based off of, let's bring people together so we have resources for where we struggle, and we can pull on people in where their strengths are. So identify your struggles, but pull in people who are strong. I see too often, people are like, oh, I don't know how to make a graphic. So then they're gonna sit there for hours and design a lavender graphic when they could just go into their virtual office or go into GROW and pick a lavender graphic. Yes, they're like, yes. Don't waste your time. You're wasting precious time that you can be changing lives, okay? So introspection is going to create that abundance. Wake up every morning knowing that you were created to change lives. But you have to recognize that within yourself first. Now the next step is action. So now we've taken a look at ourselves in the mirror. I know where I'm strong. What the heck do I have to do? The second step a lot of people do instead of action is vision. They start to say, oh, I want a diamond paycheck or I want a silver paycheck. They look at that income disclosure and they're like, yes, that is like happening next week. And they put up a vision board and it's got like a castle and it's got Bora Bora, and they stay there. They forget, oh, there's got to be certain steps in order to build the steps to get to the castle, right? So I'm going to ask you to dial back that castle just for a moment, and let's look at what are the actual action steps to make all of that abundance reality. Start with committing. I do not care what your commitment level is, whether you want to grow to make enough money to pay for your ER order, or you want to grow to be able to leave a part-time job, or you want to grow to be able to leave a full-time, whatever it is, just make a commitment that you know that this can help you. Because it's been done by so many other people before, there's no reason it can't work for you. So the first thing is commit. Does it look like, I'm going to work on it most days of the week? Am I going to do 15 minutes a day? Am I going to do 2 hours a day? Whatever it looks like, just make that commitment. The second thing is observation. What information do you have about who you're going to connect with? So, I'm a mom. I really love coconut chais. I used to be a working professional. All of these things are things that I revolve around and I'm going to relate to people on. Those are my key topics. I'm not going to go out and decide to do a class on horses and 70-year-old men. Like, that's just not my demographic, right? Like, if I run out of ideas, okay, we're going to have that class. But for right now, who can I reach in my immediate? When I was going through Instagram, who was I looking at? I was looking at the women that were like me, the mom, the one that had kids on the beach, that freedom. So who can you connect to? I always say write down 10 words that describe who you want to be and what you want people to see you as over the next 10 years. And that will help you design every post and every class that you want to be able to do. Oh, whoops, hang on. Also with observation, look at what you already have at your fingertips. Upline, crossline. Do you have to recreate a one-on-one class? Probably not. Can you borrow a one-on-one class and edit it so your voice comes through? Is that going to save a lot of time, energy, effort, and make it duplicatable so others can do it too? Yes. So observe what you have at your disposal. Next, educating. There are 3 areas that you should be working to educate people on every single month. If you are saying, I don't know how to get people, they're not signing up, I can't find people to do the business with me, you just feel really stuck. I feel like everybody in this room probably has felt that at some time, or will. I'm seeing a lot of head nods. You need to have opportunities every single month that talk about these 3 things. Number 1, the products. People need to know how to use the products. Why do they want to use the products? They're going to get on ER because they're going to see that valuable and amazing reason to get on ER is because they love the products, they're working and you're using them, but they can only learn about it if you're going to help teach them, right? The next thing, opportunity, time freedom, financial freedom. I decided to join Young Living and I decided to continue on because I saw time and financial freedom in one picture on Instagram. When is the last time on your social media or when you were talking to somebody did you talk about time freedom or financial freedom? I heard it. And the number 3 thing every single month that you should be educating with is community. This is the number 1 reason that we have people going from not yet a product member to a product member into a business builder is community, because they're seeing what happens when all of us individually come together. Every single month I welcome people into my home. The leaders that I see that are really moving, they're welcoming people into their community. They're not saying, oh, I'm sorry, you can't come over because you're not on my team. I'm sorry, you can't come over because you're not a member yet. I'm sorry, you can't come over because you're not a certain rank. We open the doors and we allow everybody who is Young Living into our home and anybody who is interested into our home. So make sure every month that you've got education opportunities for products, opportunity, and community, and I said you will see movement in your business. Enrolling. I get the question all the time, Jill, I can't enroll people. They're not getting on board. I don't know how to do it. How often do you ask somebody why they're not enrolling with you? How often do you say after you've worked with them for a couple months, hey, I know that you haven't enrolled yet. Is there something that I'm not serving you in? Is there an area that I could help you more in? They hold the answer as to why they're not enrolling. We either didn't teach them the value, maybe we weren't confident, maybe we have a poverty mindset of our own. They have the answer. They also have the answer as to why they're not yet sharing or not yet doing the business side of it. Have the confidence to have conversations with people and listen. One common mistake is when people, okay, so everybody's done this. They've put a bottle of lavender up on their social media and somebody's responded and been like, hey, can I have information on lavender? And you have that thing copied and saved in your notes section that is a PowerPoint. It tells you 18 ways to use every single oil in the kit. It's got a voice message and you have that link ready to go and you go copy paste. Yes, they're gonna enroll. And then they ghost you. And you're like, what happened? You weren't listening to the person. You just word vomited all over them and they're like, they did not fit my need, and so why would I want to work with this person? My response when somebody says, hey, can you tell me more about that? Is absolutely, what's your interest? What do you want to know? Because if I can hear them say, oh, sleep, or I want to know how to safely use these with my children, or I work out and I want my muscles to feel better, those three answers will be very different, right? So take a step back, take a deep breath in, pretend there's a little Jill on your shoulder being like, just listen. All right? That is the biggest trick to getting people to enroll, is to just listen and fill their need. And guess what? If they don't enroll with you within that day or that week or that month, it's okay. You will meet their need when they're ready for it and when they're ready to hear it, and then they will enroll. I have some people 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years after I started say, I've watched you this whole time and now I'm ready to enroll with you. Nobody, I got the other question, when should you give up on people? You never give up on people because you don't know their story. I wouldn't have been ready for this 7 years ago. I didn't know that I had a need. The final thing is empowerment. You need to help people share, and you need to do that from the beginning. The moment that they buy their kit, you are in there and you say, hey, right here in the virtual office under member resources, there's something called a link builder. Let me go ahead and get your link, because just like your favorite restaurant, just like your favorite pair of pants, you can say, hey, here, go. This is where you can get the kit. This is where you can get the amazing resources. Once you're a member, I get you into this group. I'm gonna send you a welcome package. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna have a big party. If you make it normal from the beginning, it's not going to be scary. When I started 5.5 years ago, it was this idea of, don't tell them you sell oils, you just say you share. Guess what? All those people that came to me and I said, no, I don't sell them, they went to somebody else and purchased. Which makes sense. So now when people ask me, I say, absolutely, and I actually connect you directly to Young Living so you can get the best prices. Done. When people are asking the question, they're looking for somebody to purchase through. So get rid of that fog that's in your mind that says, you're a business owner. Once you have that opportunity in your hand, you are a business owner. You get to run it any way you want. You don't have to run it like me. You don't have to run it like any of the other builders in this audience. That's the beauty. Somebody is out there that is ready to connect with you because of who you were made to be. The last thing that I always get is, but Jill, all those people that rank diamond and up, they have a secret. And they're not telling anybody. Let me tell you something. There is no secret. The secret sauce is actually you. If I lined up every single person in this room on this stage, it'd be really comfortable, number one, because this is a smaller stage. But if your best friend walks in that back door and says, I'm ready to sign up, who are they going to go to? I hope they're going to you because they trust you. You've listened to them. They've built that relationship with you. The secret sauce will always be you. The third thing that I wanted to talk about was vision. So this is now, we've got the steps. So how do I actually get the steps to go to the castle and Bora Bora and everything else that I put on that beautiful vision board? You must start with gratitude. You probably hear this time and time again. How many people actually have a gratitude journal they write in every single day? Yes. If you do not, I'm going to put a challenge out there to you right now. You start a gratitude journal and you write down 3 things you are grateful for every single morning for 30 days. That's all I'm asking for. You will see a change in your life and in your business. If you don't have gratitude for what is under your feet, you will not be given more. I see it too often that people come to me and say, Jill, my downline isn't doing this, I don't have enough this, and it's very negative. And I said, when did you have gratitude for what you do have? When you open up that virtual office and you see a 0 on the first day of the month, do you see that full of opportunity? Yeah, it's opportunity. Or do you get that pit in your stomach and be like, oh, 0 again? I beg you to look at it as opportunity. Or that rank qualification button and you see, oh my goodness, those bars, they're not where they were last month. That's opportunity for you to help others grow. Now, if you're saying, I've never enrolled anybody, so I don't, what do I have gratitude? How could I have gratitude? There are people that wish they had the money to purchase a kit and were in your seat right now. When is the last time that you took gratitude for being able to have a bottle of lavender at your disposal? So I am talking about gratitude for waking up and saying, I got to take a breath today. Young Living gives us the ability to have abundance beyond our dreams in time and finances, and yet we take it for granted and we say, oh, this is too hard, we get in our own ways. So once we start having gratitude, we can figure out where are we going. I love to work in 90-day cycles. I do a lot of things in 90-day cycles. I do a long-term goal, I break it down into short-term goals, and then I celebrate little wins. Because this is a way that I can check things off, right? We were talking about those boxes before, but these boxes make way more sense to me. So start with your day of commitment, and then you put that big goal out there. What is that goal? And that doesn't have to be defined by anybody but you. Whether it's a check, whether it's a rank, whether it's, just to be able to drop your kids off at school. That was one of my first goals. Whew, forgot about that one, all right. So you draw that out, and then you put your short-term goals in there. Then you're going to add in your little wins. I do this every 90 days. Do I always make my goals? Do I always make my little wins? No, but I'm a whole lot closer than if I didn't. So once you have that, you're going to make the plan. We just talked about all those action steps, so we've made this ridiculously simple for you. You take those action steps and you put them into your plan. Now I said I like to talk in 90 days, so this is what mine would look like. So for 30 days, I'm going to have a short-term goal. Another 30 days, another short-term goal. Another 30 days, a short-term goal. I have people who help hold me accountable to make sure that I'm doing the things that need to be done along the way. Now, one thing that I just recently went to a business conference, and it was really fun, and because they gave me, I don't even have a clock up here, I could just talk all day, I think. One thing that they had taught me at that event, I kind of want to do today, and I feel like you're an excited, energetic audience that wants to take part. So when we do this, and people are like, okay, I see this, I'm going to write out my goals, but what does that actually look like? We're going to pretend, let me see, I have a paper up here. We're going to pretend that we have somebody in the audience who is a distributor. Is there somebody in here who has not hit the rank of star yet? Okay, so I'm talking right to you guys, all right? And let's say you want to hit the rank of senior star. Sound good? Like, you're where you are, you want to hit senior star, and let's break that down into little sections. We're going to say star or 500 OGV is that first one, then 1,000 club, then 1,500, and then star, senior star. So we're seeing that breakdown, right? Okay. So what we do is, at that first short-term goal of star, we know that that is 500 OGV. What are all the ways that these brand new distributors on their way to star, what are things that they could do in order to get to the rank of star? And I want you to shout them out. Can do a 300 PVER order. We can host a class. Keep talking. Share. Teach people. Show people what you're doing with your kit. When you go through that PSK, think of one person that could use every single product in that kit. What else? Pay attention to Facebook posts. Talk about essential rewards.
Make a list of the people that you want to contact or connect with.
Make a list of the people that you want to contact.
Facebook Live.
Facebook Lives. ER unboxings. What else? Vendor events. Keep going. This is, and I hope you're all writing all this stuff down because this is gold, right? What else? How do you help somebody get to STAR? Take pictures of the kids or the kids?
The kids using the oils.
The kids using the oils. I love that. And if you don't have kids, you can find somebody else's. What else? How do you help get somebody to STAR? Ask them why they are doing that. Who said that? You're amazing. You get a gold star for the day. Ask them why they're doing that. Because if you are talking to somebody and you're looking in your organization and you're like, oh, if I could just help them get to STAR, that would make me whatever. But if they don't want to, if they don't have a drive, you can't make them. You can't motivate somebody else to do something that they don't want to do. There's a really great post and grow that's called the 7 Levels of Why. Frankie calls it the onion. Whatever you call it, there's no judgment. But it helps you break down not only your why for this business and in life, whatever you want to get, but it helps you break down the people that are in your organization and their why. So that was brilliant, and thank you for letting me expand on that, because somebody needed to hear that message to figure out their why, because there's some people in this audience that don't know what their true why is, and that will be the driver to the business that helps them get to their next goal. So thank you. What else? How else do we help somebody get to STAR? Support them. Support them. Have a strategy call. Do this exact thing with them. I just did this call with one of the gold leaders on my team yesterday, and we literally brain dumped all of the ways that she could help get $2,000 more in her paycheck every single month. And we broke down her organization. We looked at everybody and all the ways that it could do it based on the comp plan. She walked out of that meeting so fulfilled and with such energy. When's the last time that you did a strategy call with anybody in your organization? When's the last time that you helped them see the vision? Because sometimes it just takes a different lens for them to be able to see the clarity that you see, right? Okay, so those distributors that are not yet STAR, did you get all of that information down? You're going to put it into effect, and the next time I see you, we're going to celebrate your STAR rank together? Yes. So then when they hit the rank of STAR, guess what? That next breakdown was 1,000. So then you brain dump and you say, all right, what are all the ways that we can get to 1,000? Then that next step, and you just continue doing that. And then you take one of those, like somebody said vendor events. So then you take that vendor event idea and you say, all right, how do I get vendor events? How am I going to be successful at them? What do I need to take? By the way, you can search all that and grow, you'll be fine. So you break that down, okay? So that's what it actually looks like. Now, when we bring in those 5 areas, commitment, observation, enrolling, education, empower, here's some other ideas. This is what it may look like if you were trying to go from starting to silver in 90 days. And if you're saying, woohoo, I can't do that, that sounds crazy. There are people in this room that have done it, and there will be many more that do it. So take that limiting belief away. So commit to it. Decide, you know what, I'm going to do an hour daily, and I'm going to be held accountable for what I'm doing. We'll talk more about accountability in a second. Observation, I'm going to make 3 to 5 connections with people that relate to me every single day. And if I've run out of my warm market, like I've talked to all my friends and everybody on social media, I'm going to get out. I'm going to go to Publix. I'm going to go to Target. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to join a gym. I'm going to do something crazy. How many gyms have you joined, Frankie? Like 3? Yeah, 3 gyms. Enrolling, I'm going to shoot a target of at least 5 per month, because when we had Help 5, it was found that through all of the numbers and stuff that I don't understand, that the most successful people were enrolling at least 5 people per month. That doesn't mean you have to. Remember, your goals are your own. This I'm writing down just to say if my goal is to get to silver in 90 days, this is something I should be shooting for. Education, 4 in-person opportunities per month. This doesn't mean a big class. This means getting face-to-face, knee-to-knee with at least 4 people every single month to talk about Young Living. Using and learning new products. Every month you should have a new product on your Essential Rewards order, or every single time you put in an order, you should try something new. Lavender is great. I've got lavender and thieves on my order every single month, right? But I want to start trying something new. I didn't know Young Living had supplements until a year after I started. What do I use most often right now? Supplements. Once I learned about them, I opened up that essential oil desk reference and I started page by page, and I was like, what? I didn't even know my body needed supplements before Young Living. I thought, I eat, I'm good. Didn't understand the power of essential oils that are infused into supplements and what my body actually needed. I have never felt so good. So make sure that you're using and learning new products, and then guess what? The more you learn and you use, you get to tell more people about it. Or when you hear one of your friends is struggling with something, you can say, hey, what have you tried? Are you open to hear something that I've used with success? And then empower. Help members enroll others and attend events. You did one of the greatest things you could today by coming to this event and being in community with other people and having your team here. Who here has somebody from their team that came? That is powerful. And it doesn't matter how big or small the events are. Get people to the community. Now, I talked about accountability. This is one thing that I really looked over the past year that was the difference between people who were growing and the people who were growing kind of stagnant. The people who were stagnant got stuck in their heads and they didn't have somebody to say, hey, have you been doing what you said you wanted to do? Not dragging them along, but just holding them accountable. So this can look very different for different people. It can look like a phone call or a text message each day. It can be a 1 hour roundtable thing every single week. It can be a once a month check-in. Have somebody that can hold you accountable. Anybody in here have accountability partners? They're amazing, right? Yeah, you two, didn't you just rank up like 14 times? Yeah, okay, so accountability is huge. It doesn't have to be somebody upline, downline. It can be crossline. It doesn't have to be somebody in Young Living. It just has to be somebody that's like, you know what, I got your back. Like, let's do life. And let's just be successful in life because that's what we were created for. So we want to bring that all together. Introspection, action, and vision. I have literally given you the tools and the areas that I see the most successful leaders where they are just rocking it. And when you get stuck in your head or you look at your numbers and you're just like, oh, I just am not moving forward, I can guarantee that there's one of these pieces that you are not maximizing for you. Not for anybody else, not anybody else's boxes, but your boxes. Now, I have a treat for you. This is something that I love to do because sometimes we feel like there's just one thing that's holding us back and we can't really identify what it is. Anybody have that? Right? Like we're just like, oh, if somebody just told me the answer, then I could like make all my dreams come true and I could build that castle. What if we did an exercise right here, right now, that helped unlock that? Okay, so this side wants to do it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take you to the beach, okay? I know it's Florida and it's like 4 degrees and humidity is like 2% right now. I'm dying, but it's okay. I want you to get comfortable in your seat. Any sharp objects that are on your lap, put on the floor. I just want you to get really, really comfortable. If you have anything on your lap, like just put it down and just close your eyes. Let your arm hold the baby. Don't drop the baby. Just get really comfortable. Close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice. Sit back, be in a comfortable position. You are going to be absolutely relaxed, so make sure you're in a position to do that. Close your eyes, rest your hands comfortably, let everything fall relaxed. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. When you exhale, let all of the tension release from the top of your head. Let your eyes, your mouth, your jaw, Even your ears relax. Let the tension in your neck and shoulders melt away with your next exhale. Work down your arms, breathing in peaceful energy and breathing out stress and tension. Let your arms and hands relax, your palms fall open. Let your chest rise and fall slowly, relaxing from your shoulders down to your tailbone with each breath. Let your legs melt into the chair, and finally breathe out the last of your tension through your toes. Now, I want you to visualize yourself standing at a water's edge, your toes in warm sand with beautiful, salty, crystal clear water lightly splashing on the shore. Listen to the waves, feel the light, warm breeze against your skin. Feel the warmth of the sun that is high in the sky, bathing your body in a warm glow. You have a smile on your face as you enjoy the crisp smell of the salt water. You feel the warm sand between your toes and sun on your skin. You hear the waves splashing, taste the salty air, and see for what seems to be miles down the shore. As you look down the shore, smiling and enjoying, you see a figure in the distance walking towards you. You aren't scared. You actually feel a sense of peace and excitement. You can't see their face, but it's almost as if you know this person. They continue to walk towards you. You look out over the water and listen to the waves, wiggle your toes in the sand. You look their way again, and they are walking straight towards you. They look familiar. Their hair is beautiful. Actually, it looks like the hairstyle and color you've always dreamed of. You notice their clothes. They look luxurious, and you want to reach out and touch the fabric. They get closer, and you smile wide as you realize why they are so familiar. You know this person. This person knows you. You stand looking at each other. You realize this person is you 1 year from now. You examine every part of them, their perfect hair, outfit, energy, everything about them is what you have been dreaming of 1 year from now. You have the opportunity to ask yourself one question, and you're going to have to listen carefully to your future self for the answer. You look in the eyes of your future self and you ask the most important question. How do I get to where you are? You listen for the answer. What do they say? What do they tell you? Their energy is magnetic, and you reach out to touch their hand to make sure it's real. In the same moment, they look into your eyes with a smile and take a step forward into you. You smile, your energy is refreshed, your motivation is burning inside. You know the answer you have been searching for has just been given to you, and you are ready to utilize it. Now take a few deep breaths, roll your ankles and your wrists, move your head side to side, and when you are ready, open your eyes. Anybody get clarity? Any answers? Anybody want to shout one out? Keep going. Keep it simple.
Do what scares you.
Be yourself, do what scares you. You have the answer inside of you to create the abundance that you were made for. You just have to do it. And if you didn't get an answer, that's okay, because you probably don't have to do anything. You just have to keep going, right? But I'll also post this recording in Grow of the Beach exercise so you can do it again. I usually do it once a week. My girl and I, we really know each other. One time I did that, she said, run. And I said, no, I'm really tired. All right, I want you to take the first step. I want you to text a potential accountability partner. Give them gratitude, first of all, for them being in your life, and then ask them if they will hold you accountable. If they say yes, set up a time to go over your long-term goals, your short-term goals, your plan, action steps, and then create a follow-up meeting as well. If they say no, say thank you for being honest and find somebody else. This isn't like force you into accountability partner. Now, if you want to connect with me, I'm on Instagram as Jill on Call, and if you're not in the Grow group, it is a Team Young Living group of over 50,000 members, completely free, an amazing resource for everybody, no matter where they are on their journey. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to speak to you, and I hope that you go away with just one thing from today.
All right, what'd you guys think? Let's give one more round of applause for Jill's on-call singer. All right, thanks everyone. We've got like 10 minutes before we start the next session. Thanks so much.